Hi, it's Peg and Des on
Love and Hip Hop Atlanta.
So we got to start off with the story of the moment, which is Kirk and Rasheeda.
Yes.
Kirk takes his sorry behind over to Rasheeda's house again, which I guess is their house, but I'm now thinking about it as Rasheeda's house, because she told him, listen, you keep acting like this, it's gonna be my house.
Yes. That seemed like that was the first time that something Rasheeda said to Kirk actually resonated with Kirk.
Right.
When she sat down and gave him that good Georgia law and said that it's typically 50-50. However, when someone is cheating, it can be 100-0. That was when Kirk seemed like he was starting to get it.
I love that she basically said, I'm pretty sure I have proof of your infidelity.
Yes.
That I can bring to court. And
right.
And you know what I love about Rasheeda? She is not giving him any tears. She's not yelling and screaming. She hasn't thrown anything around that house. She calmly sat down and said, you're behaving like a fool and I'm not going to have it.
Right.
If you can't act right, I'm out.
Well, I think she had already kind of been through the phase of throwing things when she did her Angela Bassett on the front lawn.
Right.
Lest we not forget the Angela Bassett waiting to exhale.
Right.
But this time, Rasheeda is approaching things from a more calculated perspective. The thing also, I think that is just tipping her over the edge is the continued issues from Kirk. First of all, he is incredibly indignant about his behavior. It's almost like he wants to say to her, I apologized, get over it.
Yes.
I'm almost waiting on him to actually say that out of his mouth because he doesn't seem like he is contrite about anything that's happened.
Well, Kirk feels like as long as he comes back around and says, well, yeah, okay, I'm sorry, that it should be all good.
Right.
That's it. And Rasheeda's like, listen, I need you to fight for this relationship. And by fight, I think she means be in the house, help out, do some dishes, take me to a doctor's appointment.
Right.
Generally act like a husband who loves me and wants to be here.
Right, and not to mention the fact that Kirk seems to continually find himself in these situations beyond the lake. So of course there was the lake incident and the foolishness that happened there, but then there's more activity on the blogs, there's more hanging out with women, and he's trying to say that I was put into these situations. But Kirk, my dear, when you are in a bed of foolishness, it is best not to dig yourself deeper. Go home, lay low, stay off the scene. And I think that's what Rasheeda's really trying to say to him. But Kirk's comprehension skills, as we've seen, are pretty low. Because she said to him, you need to come home and fight for this relationship. He heard, buy me a car and fill it with bags and shoes.
Well, here's the thing. He goes to Benzino and asks for advice. Now, why would anybody ask Benzino for marriage advice, given that Benzino's not married? I have no idea.
Right.
And so he goes to Benzino and says, maybe I should buy her a whip. And Benzino is like, I think you might be beyond a car at this point. You might need to fill that car with designer bags and designer shoes, and maybe you'll get somewhere. But I don't think that has anything to do with what Rasheeda wants from Kirk at all.
No, it clearly isn't. It clearly isn't. I mean, keep in mind though, Benzino was the one that told Kirk at the lake, you need to chill. And you need to be easy. So, I mean, to his credit, Benzino may not be the consummate marriage counselor, but he did tell Kirk, relax your shoulders and act like a married man.
Very
but
true.
anyways, so I can't wait to see what's going to happen between the two of them, because the blogs are currently lit up about whether they're going to get divorced or not. So I can't wait to see what will happen in the reunion.
Yeah, me too. So let's talk about Jocelyn and Stevie J.
Yes.
So last week we saw Jocelyn. She was ring shopping.
Yes.
She goes to Stevie and she opens her bag and says, I've got something for you. And I expect to see a ring and a proposal.
Right.
Instead, she pulls out a wad of cash.
And a ticket to Puerto Rico to do the world's most ratchet music video. So she hands him all of this money. Stevie takes all but 500 of it and turns around and gives it to Mimi.
Right, but before he gives, let's talk about Jocelyn and Stevie in Puerto Rico.
Yes.
And Jocelyn's pouring her heart out. She breaks down. She tells Stevie all about her very, very sad childhood. And I finally understood why she's been putting up with all of Stevie's crap. Because she didn't have anyone, no family. Both her parents seemed to be drug addicts and deadbeats. She was on her own since 16 years old, and here comes Stevie, Captain Saberho, finds her in a gutter somewhere, some strip club, pulls her out, and she's eternally grateful for it.
Right. I have been watching Love and Hip Hop since the show started, and I've never had any kind of sentimental feelings towards Stevie J because I feel like he could be very disrespectful of the women in his life. However, in that moment, I did have a bit of tenderness with him when she said, "I have no family," and he said, "But I am your family." Now, regardless of whether he meant it or not, I felt like there was a very touching moment that happened between the two of them, and I can see what is sustaining this relationship. Despite all the craziness, I could kind of see where they were coming from in that moment.
Well, I mean, I hope he means it because I think Jocelyn does need someone stable in her life. I don't know that I'd pick Stevie J if I were her because I think he's full of crap. But, and as you said, he turned right back around, took that money over to Mimi, and Mimi was like, "Great, I need a mommy makeover."
Right.
And you might have taken that car back, but you're not going to take new boobs back.
I thought that there were two interesting things about that scene when Stevie handed Mimi that purse full of cash. My first question was, does that purse match his shirt? They looked like they were one and the same, almost like it was Stevie's purse.
Well, I felt out of the loop. I'm like, is that some sort of new brand? Is that Louis Vuitton? I was like, what am I missing about this scene?
I don't know. All I know is the bag and the shirt were matching on point.
So funny.
She reaches in the bag, pulls out the cash, says that she's going to turn around, take that money, and get breast implants and a lift because she's been breastfeeding for 3 years.
Yes.
Here's the thing. I remember the Time magazine article that came out, and this was on the cover several months ago or whenever it came out, and there was a child looking eye level at its mother as it was sucking on the mother's nipple. And then there was a lot of discussion, you know, in the community about people breastfeeding well into the child's, you know, adult years, basically. Basically. And women were saying that there's a lot of benefit to doing so. Doesn't change the fact, though, that I was surprised by it. I was not expecting that woman to say that she has been breastfeeding a child for 3 years.
Neither did I. And I think that if the kid is old enough to come up to you and be like, "Mommy, could you pop your boob out? I'm hungry."
Yes.
It's awkward.
When you can articulate the request and you can verbalize the need, it is probably time to let that go.
Right. So now she's weaned the kid off and she's ready to put the girls back where they used to be.
Yes.
And so she goes to see a doctor. She's got Stevie's Jocelyn's video money burning a hole in her pocket.
Yes.
And she's getting her boob job. Good for you, Mimi.
What I was wondering is if there was anyone who was going to donate a little bit of money towards Carly Red's situation, and she, of course, went and asked Benzino for the money for her boob.
Well, I was really shocked by it. I was shocked at how easy it was. She basically just went up to Benzino and said, "Look, I'm having this problem. Can you support me financially?"
Yes.
And he was like, "Sure, no problem." And I was like, "It's that easy? It's gonna cost $4,000 to $7,500." And he was like, "Not a problem.
Right.
As long as
you're nice to me."
You're nice to me.
Let's just take a quick step back. When Carly Red walked into that hookah bar and Benzino was looking at his computer and he was looking at his music video of Smash the Homie, on the strength of Ray J, who made that statement popular among the reality TV set, I was hoping that one, Ray J gets his royalties, and two, somebody would let me know where Benzino bought those yellow jeans he was wearing. And who's the Jocelyn doppelganger?
I thought that was Jocelyn. I guess I'm stupid. I really thought that was Jocelyn.
No, they were saying that that's a Jocelyn lookalike. The whole video situation was so odd to me. And then Carly Red was like, "Well, I thought you said you didn't have sex with her."
Well, he was like, I was inspired.
Art imitating life.
Right.
Art imitating life.
I actually want to see that video more than I want to see Jocelyn's video in Puerto Rico.
I'm sure you can find it on the internet near you.
I will look for it.
So Carly asks Benzino for the money. Benzino breaks her off with the money with the promise of being able to test out the new boobs that he's buying. And all seems well with the world.
Yes. I thought he learned his lesson with Carly, but he's going back into the fire. Good luck.
So let's talk about Erica and Scrappy, because Scrappy goes off to rehab and does so in a spectacular fashion with a press conference.
I was like, is Scrappy really a big enough star to have a press conference? Really?
Clearly he is.
I was like, who are those people? Like, who's there?
I agree.
Who cares?
I agree. There were a lot of people there, and I mean, I do know that TMZ covered the situation when it originally happened because I saw it on the website, but all the rest of those cameras, and it looked like they had a lot of equipment too. I mean, not just
cameras flashing.
Right, not just a little notepad. It looked like it was a very serious operation.
Yes.
So
multiple microphones.
Yes. So Scrappy is on his way to rehab, but before he goes, he has to say a few words to Erica.
He says, "I love you. I still want to marry you."
Yeah, but says the most important part of all, my mother has been disrespectful.
What?
And Erica looked like she was about to lose her mind. She was like, yes, Lord, yes. You finally admitted it. Yes, Lord. She was so excited. But then she hit him with the G move.
Yeah.
But you're a day late and a dollar short.
Absolutely.
So that's over.
That's right. She's done. She's tired of him.
I think she is just completely through.
Absolutely.
I can't wait to see what's going to happen next week when Stevie has to respond to Jocelyn's proposal in Puerto Rico. So I can't wait to see how that goes.
It's a season finale. It's going to be good. And then we have the reunion, which is always one of the best episodes of the season.
Yes, I can't wait for all the recaps. So,
all right. So please subscribe to our channel and follow us on Twitter at Peg and Des.
Yes, and be sure to check out our other videos on mistresses, princesses Long Island, and couples therapy.
Bye.
Bye.